Well, Austin Matthews was back for Toronto after missing 2 games with a wrist injury. And on Matthews' first shift of the game, he's unable to poke the puck past Leon Draisaitl. But after Ryan Nugent-Hopkins pokes the rebound into the crease, Matthews is there to clear it away. It's a close one. A few minutes later, Matthews gloves the puck down and rips the wrister, but that one rings off the iron. Matthews not able to add to his league-leading 18 goals in this one. So the Leafs have held Connor McDavid pointless over the last 2 games, and still in the first, McDavid took a spill as he was trying to stay onside. Next shift, McDavid gets in to race for the puck with Ilya Mikheyev, but Mikheyev showing some impressive speed, keeping pace with McDavid, and wins possession of the puck. Second period now, 2-0 Leafs on the power play. Mitch Marner fires the shot through, and Joe Thornton taps the rebound over to John Tavares. Tavares buries. The captain has his 7th of the season. Meanwhile, Thornton has given William Nylander the nickname Willie Styles. We've all been hearing about that. Yep. So which Nylander would show up? Still in the second, now 4-1 Leafs. Willie Styles with a nice toe drag. I guess that's what he's talking about. And then he did beat Mike Smith and style points for sure, and he's got his 10th goal of the season. It's 5-1 Leafs. Frederik Andersen, he was back after missing 4 games with a lower body injury. And third period, Draisaitl in on a break, but Andersen turns him aside. It was 26 saves for Andersen in his return. Later, Zach Hyman turned aside by Smith. He goes crashing to the crease. Smith gives him a shot to the back of the head. Smith would get 2 for roughing. And then later, Hyman in front of the net. Smith gives him another shot. So a few minutes after that, Leafs power play. Hyman in front again. Picks up the rebound and scores. Hyman causing Smith all kinds of problems in this one. That makes it 6-1 Leafs. Late in the game, McDavid still without a point. Gets it over to Jesse Puljujarvi, but he's turned aside. Leafs hold McDavid pointless for the 3rd straight game. It's the first time McDavid's gone 3 straight games without a point since October 2019. Just the 3rd time in his career. Leafs sweep the 3-game set, outscoring the Oilers 13-1.
Your top players didn't produce much of anything in this series. Does it add to the frustration that you guys really didn't hold up your end of the bargain?
No, we love that. We love going without a point in 3 days for sure. It's great.
They gave us a bit of a lesson there. I think that they're probably the team in our division that's the gold standard right now, the way that they play. We got to take a look in the mirror here and figure out what went wrong, but then, address some important things. And, they embarrassed us, 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it's very concerning that we don't want to grab the competitive level in a series like this. You win a few games, but you come in, that's a real good dose of reality for us right there.
An all-around team effort. Lots of guys contributing tonight. Fred Zillow was a beast, and this is a big win for us. So we'll enjoy this one for sure and move on to Vancouver tomorrow.
Yeah, it was nothing but dominance for the Leafs over their 3-game series against the Oilers. As mentioned, Toronto outscored Edmonton 13-1. That was a huge surprise for many fans, and the Leafs have 18 wins through 24 games for a franchise record.
Joining me now is our NHL analyst Mike Johnson. And MJ, the Leafs sweep the 3-game set with the Oilers in dominant fashion. They outscore them by a 13-1 margin. How did the Leafs shut down the 2 leading scorers in the NHL?
It was a defensive clinic, Dutchie, and really all great players want time and space. And what the Leafs did over all 3 games was really limit the time and space that Draisaitl, McDavid, and all the Edmonton Oilers had to try to create. And whether that means on the rush when they're approaching the blue line, trying to keep tight gaps, or if it's further up the ice, always having extra bodies around them. It never was a one-on-one. It was always another stick, another body, another set of skates to contend with, and there was just never any open, clean ice. Bodies and numbers back all the time, and that gets frustrating for McDavid and Draisaitl. They want to open up. They want some open ice to skate through and attack and create, and there was just none of that accessible to them throughout this 3-game series. You have to give the Toronto Maple Leafs a ton of credit for the commitment they had to stay within their structure and to work back and make sure there was always support when 29 or 97 took off with the puck.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers came into this 3-game series having won 11 of the last 13 games. A lot of people thought this is going to be a real good litmus test for them. Has your opinion changed after what you saw from them against the Maple Leafs?
No, because I think Edmonton, even when they're on their hot run, there were concerns about some holes in their lineup. And when they're scoring a ton or McDavid and Draisaitl are really racking up the points, it can cover up some of their blemishes. But the concerns remain. When McDavid and Draisaitl do not score, they don't get a ton of offense from anywhere else in their lineup. The other part of it is while the defensemen are creating a lot of points, their defensive zone coverage and their system play is not that strong. And while that can be made up when Mike Smith's riding a heater in net, when he goes back to being Mike Smith that we would probably expect him to be, or Koskinen what we'd expect him to be, he is not good enough to make up for some of the defensive deficiencies in the system play. So I don't think my opinion has changed. They had some holes in their game before, and the Leafs exposed all of them in great detail in this 3-game series.
All right, at the start of the season, Sheldon Keefe said he wanted an energy third line that could produce. It's taken some time, but have they found that line?
Maybe, and they found it with a centerman who doesn't even play center. Pierre Engvall has not really played center, and yet he might be the key to this third line. And between Mikheyev and Engvall and Hyman, what you love about them is they're all so fast and strong within the course of play that they will make it so annoying. Like a pack of gnats just buzzing around you. You can't get rid of them. They're always in and around the puck. And while they may not have the high-end finishing around the net that the top two lines have, because they're so fast and because they're so strong on the puck, they'll generate enough chances and enough time in the offensive zone that they will find a way to create goals because of the volume, not necessarily because of the high-end finishing. And if Sheldon Keefe can latch onto this as a line you can play up against anyone on the road and not really worry about it, and then let Austin Matthews and John Tavares and Jason Spezza go to work further on or throughout the lineup, that would really be something. They wanted it earlier with Kerfoot. Didn't really work as they planned, but with Engvall there, looks like they're onto something.
Yeah, you know what? Big fan of Zach Hyman. The Leafs are going to continue their Western 2-game set against the Canucks starting on Thursday. Enjoy the Stanley Hotel. Thanks, Mike.